Good morning, good morning, good morning. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and you are breathing. Today is Saturday, June the 15th, 2024, and I would like to welcome you all to This is Just a Thought with Stephen Corner-Gay. Hey, I hope everyone is enjoying their Saturday or will enjoy their Saturday. We have finally made it, folks. We have finally made it. The end of the work week and the beginning of the weekend. Can't beat that with a stick. Can't beat that with a stick. Especially after you grind all week. And when you make it to the weekend, it is well worth it. A well-deserved reward. It just is. Hope everyone enjoys their weekend. Before I go any further, hit that like and subscribe button along with that bell icon so you can get notified when I drop these podcasts. Keep you in the loop. Hey, like I always say, there's going to be a lot of interesting topics we are going to discuss. And hey, I would hate for you guys to miss out. So hit that like and subscribe button along with that bell icon. Just do. And if you're saying to yourself, you listen, you don't like it, you don't care for it, I understand completely. You're not supposed to agree with or enjoy any and everything upon this earth. But do me one solid, one favor. Still hit that like and subscribe button. You already said you're not coming back. Might well just hit the like and subscribe button along with that bell icon. Just in case. Hey, might pop up on your phone or your laptop or whatever device you hold in your possession. That it may be a topic that you'll find interesting sometime down the road. So hit that like and subscribe button along with that bell icon. Just do. Please do. All right, today's word of the day, credulous, which means too ready to believe things. Credulous. Haven't heard that one before. Very interesting word. Very interesting way of putting someone who's a follower, I guess. Too ready to believe things. You believe anything you hear, you're a follower. You just are. Well, that's the word of the day. Credulous. All right, let's move along. Also, hey. Whew, the weather. Summer ain't even got here yet. The official start of summer, I believe it's next Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Around the 20th, somewhere around there. But the temps are, of course, they've been arising and they have arisen. Because yesterday was like 94, but they're saying that with the heat indexes, it was anywhere from 99 to 100 in some spots. It's coming, folks. The heat is coming. It ain't here. It's a coming. We ain't even got nowhere near what we're going to experience. Got a funny feeling this summer is going to be off the hook. So, hey, like I always say, man, it's summertime in the South. Ain't no way around it. But tomorrow, by the way, which is Father's Day, it is supposed to be in the 80s, upper 80s. Still going to be warm, but not as warm. I guess that's part of that cold front. And also, with that little cold front coming through, if you're thinking to yourself, oh, goody, we're going to get some rain, that ain't going to happen. They said there's no rain forecast for another 2 weeks, if that. Welcome to the summer in the South, or this part of the South, I should say. So, hey, if you're out and you guys are going to be out tomorrow, I know I said it's going to be in the high 80s, but it's still going to be hot. Hydrate. Please hydrate. Limit your time in the sun, sunscreen, and put something on your head also. Yeah, put something on your head. Get you a cap. One of those little dinghy, we used to call them dinghies in the Navy. Those little Gilligan Island hats. Get you one of those. Keep that sun out your eye and off your skin. Skin cancer. Skin cancer numbers have risen. They just have over the years. So, if like I said earlier before, if you're of that mindset, for us African Americans, we oftentimes say we are naturally, our pigmentation in our skin helps us with fighting off the sun and skin cancer. No, we ain't. No, we ain't. That myth has been debunked. That melanin in our skin is beautiful. I love it. But it's just we're human beings all the same. So put on that sunscreen. Limit your time outside. Hydrate. And put something on that dome piece also. Okay, just do, man. Come on. Got to be proactive, not reactive. So take the necessary precautionary steps and measures to protect yourself at any and all costs. Yeah, the heat is here, baby. The heat is on. Mm. Yeah, it was every bit. I felt that yesterday because I went outside. I was at work. I stepped outside for a brief moment and I said, oh no. That heat came at me with full force and it felt like I had stepped into a furnace. I said, oh no, you got to be kidding me. Nope, nope, nope. This is the summer in the South, folks. Just is. Or this part of the South, just like everywhere else. And hey, just like I said, tomorrow is, of course, Father's Day. And I won't be up here, so I want to just take time out right now to say Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there that continuously grind, put forth your best effort. Whether you get recognition or not, you know, and the good Lord knows what you do, and it's coming from your heart. So happy Father's Day. And another thing I would like to say, if I could, tomorrow is all about you. You shouldn't have to lift your fingers to do one solitary thing. If you choose to lift your finger to do anything, it should be to grab some cold ones and some libations. And when I say libations, if you got it, if it floats your boat, is what you do, some liquor. Hey, just sit back and relax. I wouldn't say advise to go out with all that alcohol and sit in that sun. No, don't do that. Don't do that. By all means, fellas, stay inside in the AC. But whatever the case may be, you shouldn't lift your hand, finger to do anything. Tomorrow is all about you. Let all those loved ones cater to you. Let them, hey, and if all those loved ones that you spend all your time, money, and your whole essence of a being, they should voluntarily say, hey, you know what, Pops? You know what, old man? This is your day. It just is. You shouldn't be cooking out, because I ain't. I already put the word out in the minds. I ain't cooking on nobody's grill. I ain't lifting no finger. I ain't lifting no charcoal. I ain't lifting no lighter to light no charcoal. I ain't lifting my hand to pick up no meat. In fact, you'll see a butt naked snake playing the bongos before you see me on a damn grill tomorrow. I mean, I ain't cooking nothing. Yeah, if you see a butt naked snake on the bongos, old Stevie done went and fired up the grill. So since we know that will never happen, it ain't gonna happen, folks. It ain't gonna happen. They ain't doing nothing tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If you're waiting on me to do something, you're gonna be waiting a long time. Just are. Hey, let's move along here. Also, man, the NBA Finals were last night. Game 4 between the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks, and it should have been a sweep, but Dallas said no way, no how, not on our home floor, because they were at home the past 2 games, and they said no way, no how, you ain't gonna sweep us here, not in Dallas. We'll go back up to Boston and hopefully get us another one or two, but it ain't gonna happen here. And they won last night, 122-84. I mean, the Mavericks came out smoking, running and gunning. Defensive stops, offensive rebound, defensive rebounds. In fact, that's really how they won the game, their rebounds. They would have done this the previous 2 games, they might still be in the series. Because like I said, last night, which was game 4, was supposed to be a sweep. That was supposed to end the whole thing. They're down, or were down, 3-0 now. They have a 1-3 series finals record. So they got to fight back. Maybe they can get them one Monday night, because it's going to, Monday night, they head back up to Boston. I hate that. I wish they would do one on Father's Day. I really do. You know, there's nothing really on. Maybe some baseball tomorrow, but I was kind of hoping for them to have a game tomorrow evening or tomorrow night, the NBA Finals. But it's going to take place Monday night back in Boston. And no team has ever came back 3-0 after being down 3-0. No team has ever come back. Will they fight back? Will they get them one? Maybe will they win the series? It's highly unlikely. I mean, the stats don't lie. But they looked good last night, I got to admit. Like I said, they came out running and gunning. They were all over the place. Their offensive and defensive rebounding, that's what held on, kept them in the game. Because Boston looked a little stale, stagnant. Maybe it's a gambling man series. It happens. It happens. But we'll see what happens. Monday night, I think that's going to be the end of it. I just do. I think it's going to be the end of it. And we'll see what happens. Headed for the Dallas Mavericks. I really thought they were going to make a go of it this year. Just like I said earlier, in the earlier podcast this week, I have to eat my words because if you've been listening, you know I flat out said, hey, Dallas Mavs, they're going to take this series. Boston is going to flop and choke like they do or have done in the past. Maybe Boston has figured it out. And they ain't going nowhere unless they get a championship this year. And looks like they're well on their way. Just does. Hey, a standout for the Dallas Mavs. And I kind of hate to say this, but he's been playing pretty well all playoffs. Just have. The gentleman by the name of Lively, I believe is his name. Lively from he came out of Duke. Yeah. If you know, you know. I'm not a Duke fan. I'm a Tar Heels fan. But he's been playing some pretty solid, good basketball. Basics, fundamentals. And he's looking good. And if he can stay healthy, his longevity in the NBA is going to be, he's going to put up some solid numbers. Offensively, defensively, scoring. He's that player. He looked pretty good. I got to say, he's been looking pretty damn good all of these NBA playoffs. And now in the finals, because he was a contributing factor last night also. So keep a watchful eye out for that guy named Lively for the Dallas Mavericks. He is that guy. Looked pretty good, I got to admit, even though he played for Duke. Got to admit, just do. All right, let's move along, man. Hey, that that Russian submarine that I told you guys was sitting off the coast of Cuba that was running drills and maneuvers along with some more Russian naval ships has spawned, of course, a response from the United States and also from Canada. The United States has sent a attack submarine off the coast of Cuba, standing guard in between Cuba and the United States. Like I told you, Cuba's not that far from Florida. So the U.S. has sent an attack submarine down there, and Canada also has sent a naval patrol. They sent some ships down there also. I mean, hey, they are in this hemisphere. They want to protect their interests. What's down there? I mean, hey, if they want to make sure that nothing goes awry here in this hemisphere of this great world we live in. Yeah, so Russia earlier this week, they sent their several of their heavily armed naval vessels along with a nuclear-powered submarine. And the U.S. has countered now with an attack sub, and the Canadian Navy has volunteered and came on down also. Who knows what is going to happen here, folks? Who knows what is going to happen here? Hopefully this is just some little political or military ploy where you just show up and you look good. I hope they're not really trying to start anything. Time will tell. Time will tell. And also, hey, an update of sorts. Also, I talked to you guys also earlier this week about the new bill that has been presented by the Republican-controlled House here in North Carolina, and about the raise the age bill, where it says that teenagers as young as 16 and 17 can be tried and prosecuted in adult court, where Governor Cooper has spoken, and he's vetoed it. He vetoed the bill. He said there's much more that could be done. There is a problem with our young men and women committing violent, horrible, heinous acts, but there are some that they don't deserve to be in an adult court. Yeah, there are some. And then there's some that does belong. So he's vetoed that, and he vetoed it, but that may be of no consequence. Why, you ask, is because the Republicans control the House. And if they use their veto power, that bill is going to go into effect in December, no matter what. So I'm not too sure. Not too sure if that was any good. I mean, I guess that's just him taking his stance. Like I said, he's on his way out. He has reached his term limit. So maybe gubernatorial hopeful Josh Stein, when he comes in, if he wins, because he's running against Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. So if he comes in, if Josh Stein happens to win, maybe he can do something to tackle that this raise the age bill. But it's highly unlikely with the Republicans controlling the North Carolina House. So yeah, for all intents and purposes, truth be told, quiet is kept. That bill is going into effect December of this year. I don't think we have another election for our representatives in the House until another year or two. So looks like those juveniles between the ages of 16 or 17 that commit these horrible, violent, heinous acts and crimes are going to be tried back in adult court. Hey, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be, folks. It just is. All right, let's go get it. Now, we all know that this is, of course, June, the Men's Health Month, along with Men's Mental Health Month also. But I focus more on the physical. And just like I said, I'm going to be doing some things with mental health also, because that is important. That affects your physical. Because if you're not mentally there, you sure as hell not going to be physically there also. But this particular episode, I wanted to talk about the importance of health screenings. If you, like I said, I've been doing this for 4 years, and I always devote time in June to Men's Health Month. And if you know, one of my primary focal points, one of the points that I horn in on the most and I scream and holler at the most, is health screenings and routine doctor's visits. Because one thing that has came out is a lot of people think, yeah, the health screenings, you go do your health screening every 10 years or whatever, and you're fine. Now it's been brought to the forefront that not only do you need to do those health screenings, you need to go to those doctor's visits. You need to start going to the doctor more often. They're finding out that a lot of men aren't going to the doctors like they should. This is something we all know. I was one of those. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't stand on this soapbox and browbeat you guys and talk down and belittle and low rate you. I was that dude. I wouldn't go to the doctor. Doctor can't tell me nothing. I know my body. Foolish. So yeah, I was that guy. I wouldn't go to the routine doctor's visits like that, but you bet your bottom dollar I go now. Hey, I just have to. Like I always say, I don't want to be that dude that goes at the last minute and there's nothing they can do for me. But make me as comfortable as possible and pray for me. So yeah, now they're finding out that men are quite possibly, hey, they are going to get those health screenings, but the health screenings, a lot of them, they're like 10 years in between, and they're just doing that, but they aren't going to the doctor like they're supposed to. Now, there's a number of health screenings that we as men, we need to do and make sure they are done. And you learn something new every day in this world. If you're above ground, you're 10 toes down. And that's the beauty of this podcast, because as I'm giving you this information, I'm learning also. I don't know everything. There's no way in the world I can know everything. But I have some important health screenings and the age in which we as men need to start having these health screenings. And I got to be honest with you, a lot of them I didn't know. I just flat out didn't know. Blood pressure screenings. We should start getting blood pressure screenings as young as 20. I didn't know that. Never heard of it a day in my life. So our blood pressures, yeah, we do have some high numbers for blood pressures, blood pressure. And so we need to start getting those screenings at 20. Got to tell my boys. Take the tail to the doctor. Get that blood pressure checked on, player. It ain't no game. It ain't no game. And for diabetes, they're saying we need to start getting diabetic screening at 45. Yeah. Yeah. And cholesterol screening. Didn't know about that either. They're saying that's at 20 also. 20 years of age also, right up there with blood pressure. And of course, colon cancer and prostate cancer, they're saying that should start at 50. Yeah. Another one that blew my mind was skin cancer. Just talked to you guys about that heat, about putting on that sunscreen. We should start getting that skin cancer screening at 20. Wow. Didn't know that. And this one right here, I didn't know about either. Glaucoma. Glaucoma is a disease for many, eye disease for many diabetics. With that blood pressure and that blood sugar readings, if it's high, it can lead to blindness. And they're saying that we need to start getting those glaucoma screenings at 40. Wow. Then there's another one. This one here, I didn't know about. I've never heard of it a day in my life. And it's abdominal, aortic aneurysm. They're saying that's 65, and that's for men who have smoked or smoke. And it weakens the area of the aorta that can enlarge and rupture if it gets too large. So abdominal, I can't say it, abdominal. There you go, slow boy. Abdominal aortic aneurysm. Screening should be at 65. That's for smokers. I gotta cut that smoking out. So many ailments comes from smoking. I'm starting to rule today I ever pick those damn things up. I just am. I gotta be honest with you. I am really starting to rule today. I pick those damn things up. From blood pressure to diabetes to even colon cancer, prostate cancer, glaucoma. If you got diabetes, glaucoma, if you're smoking, you have that. And now this abdominal aortic aneurysm. Yeah, it's time to leave those things alone. But with that abdominal aortic aneurysm, they're saying you should get screened at 65, but the doctor usually decides whether or not to give you that test. So those are some of the screenings that we need to make sure we are getting. Blood pressure screening, diabetes screenings, cholesterol screening, colon cancer, prostate cancer, skin cancer, glaucoma, abdominal aortic aneurysm screenings. We got it. Now, if you're saying to yourself, man, what are you talking about? The thing, it ain't that serious. Some of the numbers. And this next one is, of course, for prostate cancer per 1,000 men. They're saying 114,000.9 white men have prostate cancer or will get diagnosed with prostate cancer. And for black men, that number is 188,000.7. This is coming from the American Cancer Society. American Cancer Society also estimates that in the U.S., there would be 54,210 new cases of colon cancer in men and 52,330 in women. I told you when I talked to you guys earlier this month on another podcast about colon cancer, I told you that colon cancer number in women has risen also. They're right on their heels. Men stand at 54,000, women stand at 52,000 plus. They're right on their heels. This is serious. Don't take it as a joke. Don't blow it off. Don't say, I'll be all right. How you know you're going to be all right? You might have something in you don't know. Get those screenings. Go to those doctor's visits. Stop blowing them off. And I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said earlier, I was that dude. I would blow them off. I would go. Screw the doctor. What do they know? You might know something you don't know, fool. Take your, hey, go to the doctor. Go to these routine doctor's visits, man. Don't be that guy or that girl that waits to the last minute and then whammo, you're hit not only with the life altering problem, but it could be a life ending problem. Um, Moving along here, hey, there's also some estimates for colorectal cancer. They're saying 46,220 of new colorectal cancer cases. And of that 46,220 number, 27,330 will be men. 18,890 will be women. And what they're saying is the average age for this diagnosis for this colorectal cancer is 66, and that's like 1 out of 24. They're saying will be diagnosed with colorectal cancer in their lifetime. They also said that the numbers have dropped since the 80s, and that's due to increased screenings, lifestyle changes, and doctors' visits. Wow. So what's the key to keeping us on this earth? Early diagnosis is the key. Early diagnosis is the key by routine doctor's visits, those routine screenings, lifestyle changes. There's got to be your eating habits, your alcohol consumption, smoking consumption, and just being aware of what's going on with your damn body. Check it out. Look at it from time to time. I've been doing this podcast for 4 years. And one thing I always horn in on and say for Men's Health Month, or just whenever not only Men's Health Month, because we have a colon cancer awareness month and a prostate cancer awareness month. One of the things I always horn in on and I try to beat to death is this. It's simple. Take a page out of women's books. They will self-examine. They will stand in front of the mirror for however long it takes, and they will look at their bodies to see what is going on. Is there abnormal shape? Is there a lump? Is there some discoloration? Am I standing awkwardly? Am I sitting right? They ain't just in there getting all beautied and gussied up for us, fellas. They're in there looking at their damn body, trying to figure out what is going on. Do they have something going on that they need to address? Another thing that women will do besides this self-examination is they will talk amongst themselves. They'll talk to each other, and I've been hearing that since I was a child. I just did. That's something I would hear my mother talking to her sisters about or her friends about. What's going on with the body? I think long gone, or long needs to be gone, are the days of this machismo crap where we just hold it all in, suck it up. I'm a man. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to tough it out. Some things you can't tough out, man. Some things need to be handled. It's okay to get somebody, to go to the doctor and see what's going on with you. Hey, take your boy with you if you need to. I know that sounds corny to a lot of us as males. Goes against the male mantra of being macho and being able to handle your own responsibility and business. But hey, there are a lot of men that are leaving this earth way too early. I'm sorry. I hear a lot of folks, a lot of folks told me when I turned 50, man, you're getting old. 50 ain't old to me. By no stretch of the imagination. No way, no how. 50 is young. And think about it. It is young. So there are a lot of men that are leaving this earth in their 40s and 50s. Also with colon cancer, they're discovering a lot of younger males and females. I told you those numbers are close together. These people are dying or getting colon cancer in their 30s and 40s. So we have a problem in this country, if not in this world, with these cancers, and it's now affecting the younger. This is something that you wouldn't hear about in men or women until they were in their late 40s or maybe 50s or 60s, some later. Just didn't hear about it. But those numbers for that, they're happening at an early age also. Not trying to browbeat anyone or belittle or urge you or trying to degrade you because you won't go to the doctor. But just stop and think for a second. It's your life. No one's going to take care of you but you. And that's what I had to come to realize. And I'm going to be honest with you. I went through a moment about a year or so ago. My health started to deteriorate. I started to fall off. For whatever reason, my health started to deteriorate. Overexertion. I was working like crazy. Wasn't really taking care of my body. Wasn't really taking care of myself. Wasn't really taking care of my mind also. That started to slip. And one thing I can tell you, and this is from personal experience, and this is also from personal observation from other men also. When you get down, when you get sick, or when you have something going on with you, whether it be mentally or physically, folks just, I'm not going to say they don't care, but they will pass you by. They'll just look at you and say, yeah, they will. And you know what? One of the first things they will say to you or about you, and it could be whether or not you're still on this earth, living and sick and down and out, or it can be after you passed on by. That's where my personal observation comes in. One of the first things they're going to say is, he should have took care of himself more or better. He should have took care of himself better. No lies detected on that, folks. That's the God's honest truth right there. It's your body. It's your mind. You should take care of yourself first. It's not selfish. It's not self-centered. It's not being egotistical. It's just a fact of life, human nature. Take care of yourself first. No one else is going to do it. No one else cares to. Don't nobody want to deal with you. You're all sick and an invalid. They got to keep coming back, checking in on you. Man, they'll throw your butt in one of those old nursing homes so fast it'll make your head spin. So yeah, go to the doctor, get these routine screenings. Continue to go to these doctor's visits. They are important. They just are. And if you think they aren't important, keep putting them off. You know, I'm fortunate enough, and blessed, I should say. I'm blessed that I've said to myself sometime not too long ago, I said, man, I got to cut this crap out. I got to start going to these doctor's visits. I got to get these routine screenings. Like I told you, I got that screening for colon cancer, the colonoscopy I had a month or so, maybe about 2 months ago, and also in the process of that, which I really didn't know. That's why I say you learn so much upon this earth. When they did my lab work, apparently there's a blood work that they do for prostate screening also, and that was fine. Also, that was well. Blessed for that. Thankful. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop. We'll continue. Doctor's visits, routine doctor visits. Stop blowing these doctor's visits off. Get these routine screenings. Just don't, and just like I said earlier, I don't know if you guys caught it, just don't get the screenings and then blow off the doctor's visits. You need to go to those doctor's visits also and get those screenings. Because, you know, what happens, and it's common sense, if you're just doing the screenings, there may be something in between that, in the screenings and the that you're not getting, because those screenings are like every 5-10 years. So if you're not going to the doctor, you get one screening and you don't go back for another 10 years to get the other screening, that's 10 years you haven't been going to the doctor. There may be something else going on with you internally that you need to address. And it may aggravate something. That's just the reality of it. I know that there's the mindset and understanding with doctor's visits, like I said, as it relates to how we view it as being weak, docile, and timid. But I no longer see it as such. With these numbers rising, and they're continuing to rise, And with the warnings and flat out knowledge that's out here for us, and the thing that they keep saying over and over and over again for us as men is it is important that you go to these doctor's visits and you get these health screenings. And when they give you the information and they tell you what's going on with your body, take it serious and take the necessary precautionary steps to correct the problem. So you got to go to those doctor visits. You got to get those screenings. Early detection is a must. It's a key. And the only way to do that is the routine doctor visits and screenings. If I bored you with that, if I keep beating on that horse, there's a reason. Because the numbers that they're saying and the stories, a lot of you know some folks in your families. A lot of you work with some people on a job. A lot of you know some friends. A lot of you know some friends, family members that they've waited to the last minute, and when they showed up, they got the unfortunate news. And all they had to do was go to those doctor's visits, get those routine screenings, and make the necessary precautionary changes. If it meant that you had to stop smoking, stop drinking, stop eating the whole house, I guarantee you, if you were to ask those folks that passed on before they left, hell, even before they left this earth, I guarantee you they said, I really wish I would have. I really wish I would have changed. And it can be changed by going to the doctor. It can be changed by the routine screenings. It can be changed by changing their lifestyle choices and habits. Whatever the case may be, I guarantee you that's the topic of conversation for them. And they're probably trying to pass it on to some other folks. Not to sound like a evil or scorned man, but the reality of it, like I said, from personal experience, I can honestly tell you, when you're down and out, when you're sick and bereaved, folks ain't gonna come to your aid like that. They just aren't. You're a burden. Let's be honest with each other. You're a burden. You're down and out. They're up and about. They ain't too keen on wasting their time dealing with your old sick, twisted, demented tail. Should have took care of yourself better. Yeah, heard that. I don't know if they thought that was a punch to the gut, and it was a punch to the gut, but that spurred something in me and said, oh, la-ti-da, would you look at here? Time for me to get on a stick and focus on Steve. So yeah, go to those routine doctor's visits, get those routine screenings. And for us as males, talk to your kids. And when I say talk to your kids, especially if you have boys, like I said, that skin cancer at 20 needs to be a screening must. Blood pressure at 20 needs to be a screening must. Skin cancer needs to be a screening must. Cholesterol screening at 20 needs to be a screening must. Didn't know. I had no idea that we need to be getting those screenings that early in our lives. So if you as a man, you have a young son that's a young man in his 20 or getting ready to be 20, urge him. And if by urging, show them by you going, that they need to take their health serious. Just do. Hey, if I could say anything to any of you out there, a lot of this, yeah, I gave you a lot of numbers or whatever or what have you, but a lot of this, truth be told, this comes from my own personal experience and personal observation. Own personal experience with me and my health. Own personal observation by standing back watching others that are going through it also. So take your health serious. Focus on you. It ain't selfish. It ain't self-centered. Focus on you and handle your business. Just do. All right. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going and skedaddle. So, hey, I would like to thank you all for lending me your ears this morning. Continue to like, support, share, get in that comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this podcast, about these health screenings and routine doctor's visits. Hey, share it with someone so they can know. You ain't the only one going through it. You're not the only one that has hesitation and doubts about going to the doctor and getting screened. Everybody does. But share it with a man to let him know, hey, it's okay, it's all right, but you got to take care of yourself. Just do. Just do. Just do. So, yeah, get in that comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Yay or nay. Was this a good topic or was it not? I think it was. I just do. I just do. And as always, I want to thank you all for lending me your ears this morning. And as always, again, thank you for listening to This Is Just a Thought with Stephen Corner Gay. Amen.